Feeding your dog by hand could be one of the most fulfilling things to do for your dog. Now, this is a reflection that was shared to me recently by a well-known dog trainer and behaviourist that I think is terrific. And she was letting me know this because she knows that I work with nutrition with dogs as well. Now, because I also teach Canine Flow, this made total sense to me, because within Canine Flow, we are working with, understanding and learning to see our dog's vital life force flow and the interactions that vital life force flow has, and how those interactions influence behaviour. And that actually, when we allow our dog to complete their flow and to be in flow continuum, we shift and transform behaviours. And in Canine Flow, this is what we do all the time. And for the last 15 years, I've been looking into why that would be. And I've been not necessarily very visible, particularly, but I've been behind the scenes doing the work and transforming the behaviours of loads of dogs who have got to the stage where their guardians feel like they've tried everything in the traditional training, compassionate, nice ways to work with dogs, at least. Anyway, so for me, when you're having that energy exchange with your dog, this is an opportunity for emotions to be grounded. So trauma that's somatically held in your body can be grounded when you're having emotional exchanges. So it's no wonder that if you are having a continued period of emotional exchange with your dog, that would be fulfilling for the dog emotionally, and on a soul level, on that soul spiritual level, because emotions aren't mind-based. And in Canine Flow, we move away from viewing the dog as a mind-based, thought-based, neuro pathway-based animal, because that's already done. That's already done. Even in compassionate dog training that recognizes emotions more, that's already done. We come from the other point of view, the other half of dog training, the other piece of the puzzle, which is about the energy side of your dog, the energy, vital life force flow side of the dog. So yeah, I was fascinated that this was a sort of a new way of looking at things, that this was a new revelation, because in Canine Flow that would just be a given. We even say that enrichment for us is nothing to do with the dog's mind, that the dog is becoming more content because every time they are chewing on something, or they are what we would say is taking something in or ingesting something with this limbic area of their body, that they're given that chance to ground. And the one thing that the dog wants to do is connect with you, because when they connect with you, rather than a lot of enrichment is done on something else, for instance, when they connect with you, they have an even bigger sense of grounding, because at that moment they are not just grounding their own flow, but they are picking up from you and grounding your emotional flow. And that really, by default, not by choice, is what dogs are doing for us. And that's the reason they're in front of us. They have the biggest heart per body mass of any creature walking the planet. So by default, they have the biggest electrical charge and the biggest magnetic field. Now, because of that, they are the creature that has ended up stuck in front of us, because they're magnetically attracted by default energetically to being in front of us and to grounding our subconscious. So our conscious emotions, we know they affect the dog, but we can work with them. They've usually come up to be seen to be grounded ourselves. It's our subconscious that is really affecting their behavior. But there's ways to work with that within Canine Flow. And to be hand feeding your dog to give them the sense of fulfillment, I mean, is fantastic, but it's like a tiny piece of Canine Flow that can completely transform your dog's behavior, completely transform how you see the world. It's amazing. Once you see the bigger picture of energy exchange happening constantly around you, and definitely with your dog, and just how their behavior is linked into their magnetic attraction towards something, then this will make a huge difference to how you be with your dog. And it will give you lots of different tools and ways of working with them, which you can add into your compassionate dog training toolbox as well. So if Canine Flow resonates with you at all, if you understand even just a teeny bit of what I've just said today and it resonates with you enough for you to go to the website, then I encourage you to do that. I've got an online course on there which you can sign up to. You can send me a message, you can come on a retreat, and just start your journey of learning more about canine flow, learning more about your dog's vital life force flow, the measurable vital life force flow that really is a massive part of why they do the things they do and why they behave the way that they behave.